Prices right now are absolutely busting, letting the juice loose in every single direction as the first inklings of the bull market return to the hearts and minds of Moonboy kind, with sidelined bears in absolute shambles as they watch crypto nerds with no obvious skills experience maximum gainage like the world has never seen before. But is a dump on the way, or has the true bust not even begun to be squeezed from the bottoms of baby bull con? Right now, the price of Bitcoin sits firmly above all key daily moving averages, and we are starting to see the very beginnings, the excitement, the moves that people get excited about as we shift into a bull market. I've been very clear giving my opinion on where we are. I still have my long position on Bitcoin from 18,000 US dollars. And I've been very, very bullish, but there is something that I actually want to talk about different in today's video that has not been something that I've talked about over the last year or so. Absolutely extremely big. First off, I just want to say Bitcoin right now, after reclaiming 30,000, after reclaiming 35,000, is by no means sideways, right? We're not going sideways. We're still up significantly over the past week. However, what are we seeing right now? We're seeing pretty large gainers in a lot of these altcoins. And guys, this is going to lead me into what I really want to talk about here. So I basically mainly cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Polygon, Matic, right? Very rarely some of the other top alts. However, one thing that I absolutely want to discuss is something that I have been convinced is going to be huge this bull market, and it will probably not come as a huge surprise to anyone. I follow people just like everyone else does, right? And I absolutely am open to being convinced about any narrative. But from the very beginning, I think one of the things that instantly clicked with me that made more sense than anything, and I think probably is the same for most people in crypto. Okay, let's maybe try and give it a guess before I say it in a second here. What goes very well with crypto? What audience is very similar? Like what demographics does crypto share with other interests? I think it's probably pretty obvious that if somebody told you gaming, like video games, and crypto interests are pretty aligned, right? A lot of people that like crypto probably also grew up playing video games. I think most people would say, yeah, that's obvious, right? I mean, yeah, that goes hand in hand. It makes a lot of sense. So with that being said, as we really start this bull run, I have over 90% of my investments into like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then like just a few top alts. However, I am, and this is absolutely not financial advice, I'm just literally, basically what am I doing right here? I'm just telling you guys what I'm excited about and what I'm getting interested in right now. And I truly believe that, well, it's literally pumping it's going crazy as I'm recording this video. But I truly am convinced now by multiple other content creators, by tweets that I get thrown in my face every day. I'm very convinced that gaming ultimately will be a very will have a long-term partnership with cryptocurrency and basically be maybe the number one use case besides Bitcoin and store of value and everything. Because if you would really ask me, right, there's Bitcoin, and to me that makes so much sense. The purpose of Bitcoin, I'm a true believer, right, and I'm a huge investor. I invest like most of my capital into Bitcoin. If somebody were to ask me like, what is the point of crypto? My number one thing would be to say, basically Bitcoin, store of value, preserve your wealth, everything having to do with Bitcoin. But then if somebody would really kind of push me and say, hey, like, okay, but like, is there any real fundamental, unique other use case besides something like that, or a sector that I think will be heavily disrupted or at least impacted by crypto? I think gaming makes a lot of sense. I just think it's almost too obvious to where I don't, even though I'm over-explaining, I probably don't have to over-explain. I think as I'm saying this, most of you guys are probably in agreement and immediately are like, yeah, I mean, obviously, right? So with that being said, I am going to take some time in this video to kind of go over a couple of these coins. Some I'm invested in, just full disclosure. I think kind of that goes without saying, but I first do want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin and where we're at right now. So we've broken and I think we're going to have some sort of retest at the very least, maybe just a couple $100. Again, I still think it's absolutely possible we see it a retest of 30K over the next few weeks. But if it's a few weeks away, what's the point of talking about it every single video? So I'm not really going to talk about it right now. But ultimately, Bitcoin's in a really good spot, macro wise. And the thing that gets me excited is the fact that we see so many altcoins showing so much strength here is insane. And that's kind of where I want to pivot. I mean, this is the weekend, so we're not seeing stock market and everything, so it's a little bit muted. It's not as, in my opinion, exciting right now, just because not all the markets are open. It's weekend trading. But there are multiple altcoins that I want to talk about. Okay, so the first one, a huge one, Avalanche. This coin is currently down 88%. But just a couple of weeks ago, it was down 93% or so. In the past couple of weeks, we've increased in value almost 100%. Okay, and this is a coin actually today up over 10% as I'm recording, is actually continuing to climb here. But as I said at the beginning of the video, all these coins that I'm going to be talking about are pretty low market cap and absolutely not financial advice. I'm just literally going to spend this video talking about new coins that I haven't talked about. Well, some of them I might have talked about a couple years ago. But coins that I'm just interested in, and I kind of even want to get your guys' feedback. Leave comments, honestly, what you're interested in, if it's something in the gaming space. If it's something outside of the gaming space that, totally different, try to convince me. I'm absolutely open and interested in riskier plays for myself. And that's something, again, I do want to talk about before we talk about these coins anymore. These are absolutely a different level of risk, in my opinion, than something like Bitcoin. But it goes without saying, these are riskier than Bitcoin. So AVAX, something I'm interested in. We're going to be just covering a lot more gaming coins here. Illuvium, here we have this coin, was sitting around $38 for a very long time. Double bottom, obvious on this chart, back in December 2022 and September 2023. All-time high was around almost $2,000. Currently, it's less than $100. So, it needs about a 2,000% gain or a 20x to get back to its previous highs here, set back at the end of 2021. And that's one thing you'll find in common about a lot of these gaming coins is they topped out the very last month of 2021 or about November, December, just like, is that when Bitcoin topped out? Okay, yeah, that's when Bitcoin topped out also. Yeah, moving on, we talked about Illuvium, AVAX. Here we go here, Gala, absolutely. Bottom range around 1 cent. Currently, it's around 2.5 cents. Its all-time high, however, was around 80 cents. So to get back to its all-time high, over 3,000% gains are required. Again, does not guarantee all of these coins are just going straight back to their all-time highs. Ridiculous how far some of these are down. And the exciting thing is we see a very similar structure in a lot of these coins. Here we have IMX, Immutable X, down around 38 cents recently, now back above $1. I want to find a structure more similar to what I was just kind of... A lot of these coins, this is the structure you will see if you really zoom out. Just kind of treading along the bottom, just getting completely dumped on. Same thing even like a top coin like ADA, similar things here, right? Massive coin in the top 10, and it had a very similar structure to, or it still has a very similar structure to a lot of these smaller cap gaming coins. But now we're starting to see them come to life, which gives me confidence that we are where we are supposed to be in this cycle. So with that being said, what do you have here? Render is another coin looking at Decentraland, Mana, Peer, okay? A lot of these coins, Axis, Axie Infinity, Sandbox, okay, Sand. This one, the full name is Vulcan Forged. Kind of nutty. Obviously, got some ape coin there. So really, if you're bullish on the idea of gaming, which I am by no means an expert on gaming cryptocurrencies, absolutely not. Think of me right now as a child on Christmas getting excited to open his gifts. That's my approach to these gaming coins right now. I'm very confident in my analysis of like Bitcoin and some of these top alts. I will, again, straight up say, I am not confident to share too much information on these gaming coins simply because I'm absolutely by no means an expert on these gaming coins. I'm just very excited to be basically on the ground floor of a bear market as we enter a bull market. And I'm curious to see if this narrative of gaming will, one, come to light and we actually start to see gaming really start to take more of a spotlight in the crypto industry, which I think it should. It makes sense to me. Even though I have limited knowledge on like gaming tokens, I think that, again, as I said, gaming and cryptocurrency is such an obvious marriage. It's such a perfect use case. Whether it is transacting online with like items in video games, which is so popular right now, microtransactions. And again, I mean, there's a million different use cases. I used to game a lot. In fact, I used to be very into video games. And honestly, I haven't really been in like the past 6 or 7 years. And I would honestly attribute that mostly to cryptocurrency taking my interest away from most things. I'm more interested in investing in cryptocurrency than basically everything. Maybe that's not a good thing, but most of my hobbies can be narrowed down to crypto. Like, I have other hobbies. I like tennis and stuff, but yeah, I don't really play video games anymore. I think they're awesome. I really like them. My brother plays video games, right? I'm surrounded by video games. A lot of my friends play video games. I just don't really play them anymore. I think I have ADHD. It's hard for me to pay attention. Anyway, point is, this makes a lot of sense to me, this marriage between these coins. Let me know if you are invested in any of these coins. If you're interested, is there something big that I may be missing out on? And with that being said, I mean, yeah, I would just honestly love, because there are so many people out there that have done so much research and knowledge about gaming coins. And I'm just genuinely interested in your take on this, your opinion on it, and maybe other projects that I should be looking into. Really for my own interest. If anything, you know, I rarely ever do a video like this, but this is a video honestly more focused on potentially you guys like helping me. I think that's kind of cool. The idea of like, show me what's good. Give me the goods. You know what I mean? But as well, all of these coins also are available on PHEMEX, which you can sign up to with the link below if you're interested. You can literally buy them spot, right? You don't have to trade them. You can just spot buy them with the link to PHEMEX below. Because I know a lot of people always ask, where can I get these coins? I think you can get all of these on PHEMEX. I know at least I think I went over like 6 or 7. I know you can get at least like 5 or 6 of them on PHEMEX. And as well, today is the last day to sign up for the trading competition with my link to PHEMEX below. So if you're interested, check that out as well. Without any further ado, that's it for me.